Hello everyone, Mystic Princess here, coming to you today with a pick a card reading. So today we're going to be looking at what's next for you in your relationship love life. So as always, I will give you the caveat that I'm not psychic, I can't tell your future, neither can I give you advice on any life, love, relationship, legal, medical or financial issues. So if you're looking to make a decision in those areas, please consult the relevant professional before making your choice. So that said, we're going into a pick a card reading today. So we're looking at what's next for you. So what's coming towards you, what's coming into your life romantically. So I have 3 piles here, as you can see. Each one of them has a different crystal. So we have pile 1, which has the white crystal, pile 2 with the red Jasper, pile 3 with the Jade Dongling or Dongling Jade, whichever way you prefer. And if you'd like to pause the video for a moment and meditate or put some energy or focus or however you like to pick your piles, if you'd like to decide which pile that you'd like a reading from today, we can proceed. So I'm quite happy, by the way, for you to hang around and listen to them all. I don't have an issue with that at all. But if you do just want to listen to one reading today, then please pick a pile. I'll be doing them in this order: white crystal, red Jasper, Jade Dongling. So without further ado, let me move these out of the way. And we will start with the white crystal. So I hope everybody's okay today, by the way. So white crystal. It's one of my favourites. I don't like to have favourites, but I do quite like this. Okay, so let's give the pile a shuffle. You know by now, guys, where I am with the whole shuffling technique. It's not my greatest skill, so please don't make any complaints about that. I mean, you can make comments about it in the comment, obviously, but I mean, please don't take offence by it. It's just not a strong area of mine. So pile number 1, people, on the pick a card reading. Let's see what the cards say for you. Just thinking, shall I? No, okay, we'll go with that for now. Okay, and we're looking at love, so okay, so let me spread these out a little bit actually, make them easier to see. Lovely and colourful. Okay, so this is what we like to see here, pleasure. So, so pile number 1, so I do see something happening here. So if you see these 2 cards, we've got plenty and we've got pleasure. So we've got somebody here, in terms of, I don't know how many of you are Willy Wonka fans or Charlie and the Chocolate fans or Roald Dahl fans, but there's this card is all about appreciating what you have and knowing or recognising and indulging in the fact that you have enough. So the Roald Dahl reference comes in there because there's a point in I can't remember if it's in the book or not, but in the Gene Wilder version of the film, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I think it's Willy Wonka's factory, I never remember which one's named what, but either way, in the Gene Wilder version of the film, I'm digressing a little bit, sorry, he makes a point of saying to one of the children, there's a child that wants more, and he makes a point of saying, but you have one is enough for anybody. And that's kind of what this card is all about. This card is all about realizing the abundance of what you actually have and rejoicing and enjoying that. So you pair that with this pleasure card, Cutesh Pleasure, and that is all about actually allowing yourself to enjoy pleasure, allowing yourself to experience pleasure, allowing yourself to have joy from what you have and from your senses and from what's going on around you, etc. So if we're lining these two cards up and we're looking at what's going to be happening romantically, love-wise, is there something coming into your life? Is there something already in your life that's strengthening? Then we're looking at these two, and we're looking at somebody here that actually is going to start to enjoy what they already have and take a lot of pleasure from what they're already receiving. And we've got Lakshmi here. So sorry if I've pronounced it wrong, for prosperity. So actually we've got somebody who's going to be recognizing how this can prosper. So that's something very positive when we're looking at what's coming in, what's happening relationship wise. There is going to be a change, but there is a certain amount of reliability involved. So, or stability, dependability. So you've got somebody around you at the moment that can weather that change with you. You've got somebody around you that you can lean on that is kind of maybe a little bit, I wouldn't say a rock for you. We're talking more kind of Capricorn energy than we are Taurian energy. So we're talking about somebody around you that is quite stable, quite firm-footed, has maybe already built foundations for themselves, that puts themselves in a position where they can weather change, and you're right there alongside them. I can also see water. There's water and air as well in this reading. So I've got three of the four, I would say here. So I've got earth, water and air. So I'm seeing more earth than anything, and like I say, I am picking up quite a lot of Capricorn energy, but I am getting some water energy, particularly I would say Cancer, maybe a Cancer woman that we're talking about, but I always say I don't like to go that deep, but sometimes I kind of accidentally do, but I don't mean to. It's not something, so again, just take it as it resonates. If you can get something positive from it, do. If it's not useful, just disregard it. But I'm getting earth signs. I don't know, this could be a Capricorn and Cancer pairing. That's kind of leading its way to me at the moment. We are looking at, and again, this ties in with this plenty and this pleasure and this prosperity. So if you're a believer in karma or nemesis or judgment or anything like that, if you're on the side of you kind of get out what you put in, you know, you spread your energy around, it comes back to you, you get what you deserve, justice will be done. However you kind of name that thought process, if you are a believer of that, then what we're seeing here is somebody that's perhaps going to recognize what they have, take pleasure and, you know, enjoy their abundance. As a result, they're going to be prosperous. You know, whether luck shines on them or whether actually they realize how much luck they already have, but either way, it's prosperous for them. And that's kind of this judgment card. So you're getting out what you're putting in. So this person, or getting back what you're putting out. So this person is putting out a lot of positive energy about actually life is good. Life is good. I am lucky. I have everything I want and need. I'm lucky, and you know what, I'm enjoying that. I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy the people around me, the pleasures that I have, etc. And that's prosperous. And then that's coming back to you then. So it's part of that as well, obviously, is looking to the past, and then that starts to influence the present day. So I definitely feel that we have somebody here that is, so pile number one, if you picked pile number one and this resonates with you, then this is a very fortunate position. And I get that you're feeling that already. You're getting that already. And this is, you know, love is prosperous in this. So, and love is all around. We need to remember that as well. It comes from within us. So that's, yeah, I would say that's my reading for pile number one. I've gabbled a little bit there, but let me put my cards to one side and we will move on to pile number two. Any comments, guys, please leave them in the comment box. I'd be really interested to see what people think of these readings, what sort of things they'd like to see me do readings for. I'm always into hearing about that. I'd like to really get my subscriber count up as well, because I'd love to start doing some live readings and interact with people a little bit more in that way and get that kind of energy going. So, red Jasper, pile number 2. So let's have an attempt at a shuffle on this one, shall we? Oh, lovely. Okay, so if you're pile number 2, there's already a lot going on up in your head. So I can see already we might be talking about an earth sign here. We've already got a strong influence of earth and fire on the table. Do before. Let's. Okay, brilliant. All right, so another really nice reading, I think. I mean, we only look for positives here anyway, so we're only going to have positive readings. So like I said, I feel like we've got a lot of air and fire on the board, touch of water, but I'm looking mainly air and fire, mainly air, really. Tiny bit, touch of water, touch of earth, but air and fire. So somebody here, so we're looking at what's coming into their life. So we've got somebody here who's a bit of a daydreamer. They like to spend a lot of time in their head like that. We may be looking at a Gemini for that reason. That's the most prevalent sign I think I've probably got coming forward. So, but we've got somebody who spends a lot of time upstairs, up in the realms of the intellect, up in the clouds. They do a lot of dream work, so whether or not they're quite involved in the dreams that they have, or they're the type of person that would come away and keep a journal about dreams, or maybe try and interpret them, but they're definitely somebody that may put a lot of focus, a lot of energy into dreams. So there may be somebody who dreams about the type of life, and when I say dream now, I don't mean sleep dream, I mean, you know, when you sit and say, oh, I have a dream that I'm going to be like this, or that this is going to happen and that happen. They're definitely people that have that. So they're definitely people that have big dreams about, you know, luxurious things usually. There's somebody perhaps that maybe sometimes can be encouraged by others to be a little bit more sincere. Or to let a more authentic side of themselves out, and that's something that they may hear a lot. And they are somebody who's quite spiritual. They may be into meditation, or may have had some experience of meditating. They do struggle to focus, to keep their mind in one place, and can be easily distracted. And they're not brilliant at observing signs around them and observing the way that people react to them or their actions. But they are so something they've got coming into their life at the moment. So they may I do think this is a Gemini. I don't know why, but you know, I'm not going to mention that again. So let's not stick on that. But they do have somebody coming into their life that may be a Cancer. That person may already be there, but I don't think they are. I think they're going to come. I think this original person is finishing one cycle and maybe starting another cycle with somebody new, or maybe considering that. But at the moment, they're waiting to see if their feelings are reciprocated. And if that's the case, they feel that they could be quite content and quite happy in this relationship with this person, because this person is quite a grounded person. Actually, no, that's the wrong word. This person is quite in touch with their emotional side, and they're in touch with other people's emotional side as well. So they're quite intelligent in that way, and it makes them quite gifted in interacting with people. it makes them quite the sorts of people that people like to be around. They're caring and they can pick up. They're almost the opposite of where I said at the beginning, this person's not that great at picking up cues from around them. The person coming into their life is really good at that. So they kind of balance themselves out in that way. And they're a natural parent as well. So they do have a lot of maternal stroke paternal, depending on what gender they may or may not be. Instincts, which parental, let's say parental, they have a lot of parental instincts in that way that makes them good at caring for people and looking after people. But overall, it's a very kind of gifted, pleasant, airy, sort of lovey sort of union in the beginning. So if you were pile number 2, this is what might be coming for you soon. We're looking at a fairly quick time frame, I think, here. So let's move on to pile number 3. Here we go. So pile number 3. If you chose the Jade Dongling or Dongling Jade, whichever you prefer, then this reading is for you to see what's coming your way at the moment. Okay, so a bit more to think about for pile number 3. This may be somebody that's kind of healing or getting over or moving on from something that's gone before, and they've needed to put quite a lot of effort into that. Yeah, okay. Right, so pile number 3. So we've got somebody here that may not feel so ready for love. So they might think they are, but actually inside they don't feel so ready for it, really, in terms of a real kind of open, honest receiver, giver and receiver of love. They may have had a poor experience. Something may be making them a little bit cynical and jaded towards this whole romance thing recently, and they may have to have shown some courage to move away from that and to move away from a mindset that they might have had in terms of, I'm like this because of you. You know, well, I'm experiencing this because of you. So they may need to show some courage to move away from, actually, yes, somebody else's actions have had an effect, cause and effect, yeah? However, now my reaction can also have a cause and effect. So the way I now act can resolve whatever it was that went before. So that's something that they're showing a lot of courage and a lot of, bear with me, I'm going to sneeze, I'm sorry. Right, they're showing a lot of courage in finding a strategy and finding the strength to push forward through that, to push forward and move away from the effect that somebody else's actions or something else, the effect that something else has had on them. So the effect that something has had on them that wasn't a direct result of something that they did. So that's what's going on here. So somebody's experiencing something that wasn't a direct result of an action that they took. So whatever they did, they would have had no influence or control on that outcome whatsoever, and that's left them feeling, I mean, that's not a nice feeling, right? That you don't have control. So what they're working on now is a strategy to take back that control, to stop feeling like that about it. And that's part of the healing that they have been doing. So they've had to show a lot of observation, a lot of wisdom. They've needed to strategize in how to do this, but balance will be balance will be restored. They will be prosperous in their efforts, and they may even go away. They may go away on a holiday for a little while to help them to rest and recuperate a little bit, and they might meet somebody there, because this whole journey is going to be prosperous for them. They are going to be lucky. They're going to get their world back, you know. But I'm not seeing so prevalently a big romance, not in the short term anyway. But I think maybe this trip, maybe their time away may change that. And it could be a metaphorical trip. It could just be a holiday or a break from what they normally do, what their normal routine is, or how they normally kind of exist on a weekly basis. But I'm not seeing any big budding romance at the moment. But it could very much be on the horizon, because, like I say, there is a break from their normal tradition. There is a trip. They are changing the way they think. They are changing the way they approach things, and they will get results from that. So, sorry, I couldn't give you a bow, or I'm trying to think what the other term for that is. Love. Let's just say, sorry, I couldn't give you a lover. But that's the story in the cards. And as I say, take it as it resonates. If you can take something positive, please do. If you can't, then please just disregard it. I'm not a psychic. I cannot tell you your future. These readings are for fun and entertainment purposes only. And you should consult the right professional if you're making any decisions. But I've loved having you. I hope you've enjoyed being here and experiencing my reading, and I'd really like to have you come back for more. So if you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see some more, please hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I can come live to you guys soon. Have a great day, everybody. Spread love and light wherever you go, and good vibes. Bye bye.